So today's one take vlog comes from the lobby of Surfside. This isn't where I planned to do the one take. We have literally just caught an Uber back from the Starflyer. So we've just gone down to Point to have dinner. What was the name of the restaurant? It was like the new burger place down there. Hot Doddies. It was so good. It was really, really good. Service was really good as well.
It really was.
And I don't think it was too bad. I had a classic burger, added cheese and bacon, and had a side of sweet potato fries. Had refillable soda, and it come to $17 before tip. So I didn't think it was too bad. And then yeah, so we met Colin down there. So Colin will be back in the vlogs. He's got a little while longer in Florida yet, so hoping to meet up with Colin later this week and do a few Disney days next week. So yeah, met up with Colin and then we walked up to the Starflyer. Tried our hardest to get Colin on, but he was adamant he wasn't going on, so that's fine. So Jenny and I went on Starflyer. I've been on it before last year, so I know I haven't edited those vlogs yet, but I ended up going on like 3 or 4 times last year. It was absolutely amazing. Jenny's first time this time. What did you think?
It's incredible.
It is so good.
The view from the top is insane.
It's amazing.
There's nothing like it that I've ever been on in my life. I've done slingshot and the view was incredible on that, but that was something else.
Even though you're like, whoa!
Yeah, even though you're all over the place. But that is such a, it was windy up there. It was really windy up there, but it was such a smooth ride, and it just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. We've done it twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
So,
so you can pay to go up once, and then you get a discounted rate for further trips after that. So straight away I said to Jenny, do you want to do more than one trip? So we straight off the bat paid for 2. And yeah, just so glad we've done it.
I think it's like $14.90 for one trip and then $8.45 for before all the tax.
Yeah, before tax. So tax is to be added on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so good. It is so good.
It just blew me away. Blew me out of the water.
I mean, I can see why certain people do find it terrifying, because there's not much to the seat, and the chains are literally like the thickness of the tip of my finger.
It looks like a small race car seat.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of, and it's actually more seat than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And like like Zoe says, the chains are quite thin, but there is 8 of them to the 2 seats. So yeah, and there is a seat belt restraint. Like
you're well strapped in. So there's you sit in the seat, and the seat has got like a little kind of bit that comes up in between your legs, so you can't kind of slip forward very easily. Then you have a bar that essentially, to get into the chair, you have to lift this bar up. So a bit like you get on fairground rides. You kind of lift it up, then you sit down, and then the bar comes down. And then attached to that bar, and then the bit in between your legs is like a strap that clips in. So you can't slip. If you manage to slip over the little bump, you couldn't physically slip out. And then in addition to that, there is like a seat belt that then goes around you. So you are well strapped in. But it is the whole thing of when you're up there, you've pretty much got nothing to hold on to, because fair enough, you've got this little bar that goes across your lap, and you've got the chains, but everything's like so thin. But you do feel like you're flying, because you're so exposed, and you get like the pressure of the air as you're shooting around.
It's a proper flying sensation.
Yeah, like Jenny, I looked over at Jenny after the first flight, and her hair was just like
just looked like Frankenstein. Yeah.
It's so good.
Talking to the manager afterwards, wasn't we? And he's from Liverpool.
Yeah. We come back down. Colin was like, stay ground level and filmed it for us. Come back down, and he's just talking to this this random guy, and it turned out to be the manager of Starflyer, and he's from the same neck of woods as Colin is.
Yeah.
So it's a small world. He was trying his absolute hardest to get Colin on. He even like opened the gate for Colin, was like, just come and sit in the seat, like I'm not going to send you up, you have to be all strapped in and secured in for it to go up.
We won't secure any of the straps or anything like that.
Yeah, he was like, just come and sit in the seat, have your photo taken in the seat.
Yeah.
He's adamant that he's not going on it. So the manager has left his business card with Colin and said, if you change your mind, I'm here most days, especially on weekends, come back. He's even offered Colin to go up free of charge, but no, he's not having it.
You gotta do it, it's free now.
Yeah. I was a little bit like, can I go back on? Like if Colin's like, okay, like I'll be like,
go back on.
Yeah, get a free ride. Yeah. But it's so cool. It is absolutely amazing.
So worth it. Anyone who wants to do it or thought about doing it, absolutely recommend it.
Yeah, it's a must.
Do it at night, the view is
so I've done it daytime and nighttime. So last year I done one flight daytime, and then it was when we purchased our one flight for the daytime that we then realised that it was then cheaper to come back and do. You have to come back on the same day. But if you come back on the same day, subsequent flights after that are cheaper. So we went back as a large group later that night, and we just kept on going round and around and around because it was just so good, so good. Yeah, it's phenomenal. So yeah, that's kind of been the finale of today. So day wise, we went into Universal again. So one thing we did achieve today, we started the day with Rip Ride Rocket. So there is not necessarily a rumour, but there's a kind of like, people say that there's a hidden playlist on Rip Ride Rocket, and there's a list online with all these different codes that you have to type in. Never ever tried it. So today, first ride, I was like, right, let's go on Rip Ride Rocket and let's make it our mission to see if this hidden playlist does actually work. It does work. So essentially I will leave a link in the description down below to the playlist, because essentially what happens when you get onto your ride vehicle, and the little screen on your harness where you have all the different categories, there's a little logo at the top that says Rip Ride Rocket. You have to press and hold that for 10 seconds. It's important that you hold it, you don't like tap it once. You have to press and hold for 10 seconds. Then it comes up with like a number pad, like almost like telephone keypad. You have to know the name of the song that you want to play, because there's no list that you can scroll through. You literally have to type in a 3-digit code to get the song up. As and when you've entered that in, and like the 3-digit code, pressed enter, it then comes up with an error message saying about there's no video available for this song. Okay that, and then essentially it's locked in for one of your hidden songs.
With that message. But you've got to do your research, because there is 62 verified codes of different songs so far that's been released, and you've got to do your research into which one you want and sort of memorise what code you want to use. So like I had like 2-3 in my head that I thought about using, and then just went with the one when I sat in the thing. But you've got to do your research. You can't
browse it, and you don't have long, like, because it's a moving loading station. As soon as you get in, you get bolted in, like the touch screen is ready and it's working. But before you literally get to Lift Hill, that is when essentially your song needs to be locked in. And if you don't lock in a song, it just gives you any random song. So you have to be quite quick. You don't have that much time to browse or try and remember the code or think, oh, what code am I going to use? Decide it before you get on the ride.
Absolutely, do your research.
And obviously it takes 10 seconds to press and hold just to get the code up. So you've got to be quick. So that was the start of the day, and then we just kind of took our time just going around studios. We stopped for lunch at Krusty Burger. I ended up going out and getting like tacos from the Bumblebee taco van. Yeah, it's just been quite a chilled one. Then we ended up heading over to Islands. En route we stopped at Toothsome. So Jenny's never had a Toothsome milkshake, so went in there. I ended up getting, where I have had a Toothsome milkshake before, I ended up getting what is classed as a sundae. Oh my god, it was huge. It was ginormous.
It's not a sundae, it was a blooming,
oh my god,
it was a blooming like full plate of dessert.
Oh, it literally took me like an hour and I still didn't finish it. I gave up, and then I ended up taking the brookie away with me. So like a brownie and a cookie, had like a whole one of those in there, and a cookie, 3 big scoops of ice cream, loads of whipped cream, Oreos, chocolate sauce and everything on top. There was so much. So yeah, I ended up taking the brookie away, and then I just kind of got sick and tired of carrying it around in the park because it was in this great big container. And I was just like, realistically, am I gonna finish this brookie? Probably not. So I ended up throwing it away.
View, didn't we?
We did. It was that cold in Toothsome that I was just like, I'm getting goosebumps eating ice cream, and sat in air conditioning. So we actually went and sat out on the terrace of Toothsome, and it was lovely, just kind of watching everyone go by. Got spotted, so this lovely couple went past and was just like kind of pointing over, and they kind of caught my eye. I was on the phone at the time and kind of caught my eye, and then they waved, so I kind of waved back, and then they waved again. So it's like, and I kind of like looked around a bit like, don't want to assume that is me, but yeah, they've messaged me afterwards saying like, sorry they didn't stop, but they were heading to Hagrid's, for their first ride, so that is completely understandable. Yeah, completely. But yeah, hopefully bump into them in the parks in the coming days. And yeah, and then we done a little bit in Islands, so we ended up doing a loop of Islands. Hagrid's was already at capacity, like 3 hours before park close.
First time I've seen it at that.
Yeah,
holiday.
Never ever seen a ride closed due to at capacity before park closing, so that was crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, got wet on Jurassic Park. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. And we just kind of come back, got ready, and then we've gone out to Point for dinner. So I've never stayed on iDrive. I've never really given enough time to iDrive and explored it. Gone to a few places, but it's just kind of very much drive in, go for one meal there, or do the Starflyer, whatever it may be, and then drive back out. So it was quite nice today to get the Uber down to Point and then walk up to the Starflyer. That walk past a few places, like, is it Wonderworks it's called? Yeah,
Wonderworks with the upside down.
That's so cool. I thought it was Ripley's. I thought it was the Ripley's building, but it's not. So it was pretty cool, and we poked our heads in there, and everything is literally upside down, so like the floor is on the ceiling, and yeah, and they like play sound effects, so as you get close to the building it sounds like it's creaking and it's gonna collapse, and yeah, it's so bizarre. Everything is upside down. But yeah, it's been a really good day, and it's been really nice to see Colin as well. I've not seen Colin for 2 years, so literally the last time that I saw Colin was on my first solo trip to Florida. So it's lovely to have Colin back in Florida, and looking forward to spending some more time with Colin in the parks. So but yeah, I think that's about it for today's update. It is like gone midnight, so and yeah, sorry, I was planning on doing it at the Starflyer, and literally as I got out the Uber here I was like, no, I didn't do my one take at the Starflyer. So yeah, so Surfside it is. But yeah, gonna leave it there. I will catch you guys tomorrow, and here is today's highlights. See ya.